Mhm. Hello, everybody. Hi, hi, hi. So I just want to put out there it will be this session will be short, simple, and sweet. Okay, y'all? Because I'm so tired. I'm so tired. And I have been doing so much. So sorry about the headscarf. And I just had to go. I just left the gym and I'm so tired. But how was y'all Friday? Did y'all have a good Friday? Did you have a good week? Let me know. I'm trying to get this to sit still, but it's not. So we just gonna continue. Um, I don't know why it's doing that. Let me see if I can scoot over so we can get this. There we go, because we got to get her in the back. Okay, so I'm gonna just jump right into it. Today we're gonna be talking about submitting or submission, basically. And if y'all hear a lot of kids, there is a bunch of kids literally right outside the door. It's I think they have like a family thing going on, but we're just going to go straight to it. So we're going to talk about submission and what that means to you. And then I'm going to have one reminder, and that's really just it. That's really it. Okay. I know it's Friday at 7 o'clock, and y'all on top of that, I am tired and I'm hungry. Okay. Yes, yes. Okay. That's good. You had a good week. That's good. I think Emily is at a funeral, but she'll jump on if she's able to. But yes, hey Paula, hey. So this one will be real quick. Seriously, it's probably gonna be like maybe 20 to 30 minutes. Okay, because I didn't want to hold anybody today. And I did remember last time I told you guys that I would do a cahoots game, but I did not have time. This week has been so busy. So next week it won't be Bible study on Friday. I might do it Thursday, but I'll let you guys know. But I know next weekend I'm gonna be completely unavailable. Like from the time Friday come that morning all the way to Sunday. So I was like, okay, I gotta make sure just to get out the way. But I had to make sure I do it today. Okay, so the first question, which is what I have at the top, what does submission mean to you? Okay, so we're gonna go straight into it. We're gonna jump just flat out. Men that will come in and watch this, are you a man worth submitting to? And then women that are currently watching or that will come in and watch this, are you a woman worth dying for? So when I say, are you a woman worth dying for? Are you a woman worth to where the man would die for you? Because a man is supposed to love his wife as Christ have loved the church. And Christ died for the church. So that means that the man will have to die for his wife. Are you worth to where a man will die for you? Okay. And then, guys, are you worth a woman submitting to you? So I believe that a lot of people feel like submission is basically, okay, because he is a man, I automatically supposed to submit to him. Well, submission comes naturally. So if a man is leading, providing, and protecting, which is the three main things a man's supposed to do, period, across all boards, lead, protect, and provide, then naturally a woman will submit. So I'm gonna read from First Peter chapter 3, verse 1 through 7. And then we're going to dig into that. So this is coming straight from the Bible. Submission. And this is First Peter chapter 3, verse 1 through 7. Okay. Wives, likewise, be submissive to your own husbands, that even if some do not obey the word, they without a word may be won by the conduct of their wives. When they observe your chaste conduct by fear, do not let outward arranging the hair, wearing gold, and putting on fine apparel, rather it be the hitting person on the heart. So when it says that, it's basically saying don't let a person or don't let a woman come in who got beautiful hair. Like nowadays, you got women wearing so much weave and just so much going on that ain't their hair basically. And then they're wearing all this jewelry to catch a man's attention, and they're wearing certain clothing, provocative clothing to catch a man's eye. Well, it's saying in the Bible that that really doesn't matter. Apparel doesn't matter. It's more so of the heart. So rather let it be hidden person of the heart with the incorruptible, sorry, of a gentle and quiet spirit, which is a very precious in the sight of God. So they prefer, or the Bible prefer a woman to be good at heart and to be gentle and loving. That's what God loves. For in this manner, in former times, the holy women who trusted in God also adorned themselves, being submissive to their own husbands, as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord, whose daughter you are if you do good and are not afraid with any terror. Okay. And then, so this is the words to husbands. Husbands, likewise, dwell with them with understanding, giving honor to the wife as the weak vessel, and as being heirs together for the grace of your life, that your prayers may be hindered. And then I'm a dabble on this here. What Peter was basically saying, Peter, which is he, does not say she should submit to an abusive relationship or obey a husband who tells her to give her faith. So basically, Peter is saying we as women should not submit to a man that is abusive, or we should not submit to a man that's telling us to give up our faith. And that could be in so many areas. Like if we're going to submit to a man just because we're married to him, and or not even married, it's supposed to be for marriage, but you have some people that just automatically do it without the ring. It could be so many ways to where he's not doing what he's supposed to be doing, or he's not leading properly. He's not protecting her properly. He's not loving her properly. It's not going to work at all. And it's not going to be a natural thing. It's going to be forced. And anything that's forced, we know is not real. It's not genuine. So Peter is saying that to not obey a husband who tells you what to do, who tells you, who is abusive to you, and who is doing you wrong or telling you to give up your faith. And a typical marriage and that attitude towards her spouse could have a power impact, not just on her husband, but her household for Christ. So basically, if you pick a woman who's quietly respectable and has an attitude, a good mindset on her, a good mind and a good head on her shoulders, not only is she powerful by force, but she can just be as powerful as she can for the whole household. And that's why, like, a woman really, how they say women makes a home, women makes a household. Like a man could buy a home, but it's the woman who makes the home. And I believe that is very true. So for the women, Peter is saying for us to not be so into our hair and our jewelry and, wearing provocative clothes. It's good. It's okay to look good, but real men of God probably could care less about that. Most likely care less about that. They're really worrying about your heart, how you speak to them, how you are as a mother, how you are, like, are you a good godly woman? Are you wearing nice clothing to where it's not showing the chest area, the butt area, the stomach area? Like, they're looking for that. That's who they wife. Now, then, most men may mess around with women that are, just here and there, a good one night, blah, blah, blah. But a wife material, real men, real godly men, they're not really looking so much at that. And then for the men, Peter was saying, in order for your wife to submit to you naturally, it has to be a certain understanding that you give her, a certain honor that you give her, a certain respect that you give her. And then if you give her that, then she will be a powerful force towards the whole household. So I read that passage and I say that to say this. Okay, women, are you worth dying for? Are you worth a man dying for you? Do you feel like you are a woman to where you can be a wife? And then men, do you feel like you are a husband to where a woman could submit to you? Love your wife like God loved the church, which is what I stated before. Women submit to husbands, not boyfriends. And a lot of women, we have to understand that, y'all. We be so eager because we're in a relationship that we just submit to, we just, want to submit and show him that, yeah, I am wife material and I can do this and I can do that. But a real man gonna see that regardless. A real man gonna notice that off jump, what type of woman you are. Give him a good, couple of months so I hear, that he'll know. He'll know what to do with you. And I've heard that he'll know what area to put you in. Friendship zone, situationship zone, girlfriend zone, if they want to potentially be a wife. Like they have categories that they put people in. So, they'll let you know. And then of course, men will die in the relationship to be a husband, and women will submit. It's a natural situation. And some women don't like submitting, and some men don't want to die for another person. But I mean, in the Bible, it said that you have to love your wife like God loved the church, and God died for the church. So we got to make it make sense. Okay. And then so we're going to get off that, but I just wanted to really ponder on that, because I know a lot of people really don't understand the definition of submission and feel like a lot of men feel like, oh no, you need to submit. Well, no, it comes naturally. Then you got a lot of women that don't want to submit anyway, that you can be doing everything you can for. And she's like, no, I'm not, I don't want to, no, I'm not doing that. So it's on both sides of the spectrum. But if we can come together and understand, number one, you have to be a husband and wife. You're not supposed to be doing wifely duties for a boyfriend. And boyfriend shouldn't be doing husband duties for a girlfriend. That's the first thing and the first mistake we make. That's the first problem, because we're already doing things that we shouldn't be doing until we're married. And then this is just one reminder, because I told you it's going to be sweet, simple. It's going to be real sweet and simple. So I have one reminder for you guys, which was the question. And I think, Paula, you answered. Have you lost confidence on what real love look like? Okay, so I'm going to tap into that two different ways. When I ask that question, I'm saying, have you lost confidence on what real love look like? Because nowadays, no one is showing or representing what real, natural, genuine love look like. It's so much cheating going on, lying, using people, abusing. It's just so much going on. And I was once in the situations where I'm like, I gave up on love. Like, I am so done with all of this. But now I find myself literally in a relationship. So, I can say that I've given up on love at that time. And it's crazy. It'll come at you like when you least expect it. So every time everybody said that is so true. I was not expecting to be in a relationship with anybody, but it just so happened. Like, he asked and I did like him, so it is a different feeling. But I will say, I can attest that, I was like, forget this. I'm not doing this no more. I'm done dating. I'm done with all of this. It sucks. And then as soon as I was like, I'm done, that's when it opened. So when you least expect it, it's going to come. So I know the confidence is kind of weary because there's so much going on. But I promise you, when you least expect it, that's when the good one come along. That's when the good one come along. Now, we're going to get off the relationship part and we're going to go into the godly part. So have you ever lost confidence in trials and struggles because you forgot what real love looked like, as far as going through the same thing over and over? So, for example, God has sat there and allowed you to go through the same suffering over and over because, you were just, you failed the test. Have you ever lost confidence or faith? Like, man, you know what? I'm not doing this. To where, you ask God, why do I have to go through the same suffering over and over? It's hard to go through the same lesson. I lost faith because it hurts to go through this again. I don't have enough fight this time. I can say, yes, I've been through that, to where I'm like, okay, God, I don't understand. Why do I keep going through the same trial? Like, come on now. I done tried it this way. I done tried it that way. I done hopscotch. I done skip. I done rolled the dice. I don't know what else you want from me. So I would lose confidence and I would lose faith. But, he kept throwing it at me. So it's either you want to be stuck in that situation or you want to learn from it. And I used to always think that God was punishing me, when in reality, he wasn't punishing me. He was really just trying to help me grow to get to my next season. And he loves us so much that sometimes he got to hurt us just a little bit for us to get to the next step in life where we need to be. So, I just wanted to put a reminder out there that if you're currently going through a trial or tribulation, if you're going through a struggle, whatever it is that you're going through, and you just lost confidence and you just feel like, okay, I don't want to do this. God, why do I have to keep going through this? Well, you're going through it because you haven't passed the test. That's number one. If you realize it's the same struggle over and over, It's the same suffering, it's the same pain. You haven't learned from it. And he can't bless you with something bigger and better until you learn from this small part. To you it may be so big, but that's just it's just so small compared to all the big blessings he had for you. So you have to pass this part, and it's just a little hump over the road compared to the big things that he has. So I try to keep that in my mind and be like, okay, I know that I'm having to go through this for a certain reason, and it's gonna be all right. I'm gonna get there. And then the need to see him in you. So I say the need to see him in you, basically meaning I believe that God is constantly putting you through the same thing over and over and over and over and over and again, because he needs to make sure that he sees himself in you. He has to make sure. And until then, you will go through the same thing. If you haven't been polished, if nothing's been falling off, if the crust is still there and all that stuff is just, built up, you're gonna go through the same thing. Something needs to be shaken, something needs to be changing. And that's just go for the sake. Let's say somebody has an addiction to sex, right? And they're saying every time they have sex, Lord, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna do it again before marriage, premarital sex, which is something that he does not condone. So, we sit there and go, okay, God, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do it this time. And you do it again. Well, God, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do it this time. Okay, and you do it again. And we know that God will forgive you 70 times 7, but then you don't abuse his mercy. That's the biggest problem that we have. Like, we're like, okay, well, he said he forgive us, so it's all right. I can do it again and again and again. Well, little people know if you keep doing it again and again and again, now he going to give you that sin. So now you ain't going to even have conviction anymore. Because now it's like, okay, well, you know what? You want it that bad? Okay, I'll give it to you freely. And now you're really going to have a problem where you're stuck having to really get yourself out of that. So we have to be cautious, and we have to understand that, we can't do it ourselves. That's why God wants you to come to him truthfully and open and wholeheartedly saying, God, I need help with this certain sin. I need help with whatever it is that I'm suffering with, or whatever trial that you need to get through. I can't do it on my own. I need your strength. I need you. Rather than trying to say, okay, well, I'll just do it, and then I'll just go to him and say, I'm sorry. And then I'll just do it, and I'll just go to him and say, I'm sorry. It's not going to work that way. Because he knows when you're playing with him. He knows when you just want to say something to make yourself feel good, So that was just a quick little reminder that I just wanted to give out there. He just want to see himself in you, and you're just going through it for a reason to get to the next step. I recently passed a test that I used to fail all the time, miserably. And so I just said I had enough, because when we really get tired and we want something better, you gonna stop doing your old habits. You gonna change your ways because you want something better. So, and that's what I had to do. I had to change certain ways and certain ways that I was thinking and moving. And that's what I did. And as soon as I did that, that door closed and another door has opened. So now I'm beginning a whole new journey. And I'm actually excited with this new journey. And then I'm in a whole new relationship. So that's exciting as well. So just want to put that out there. I told you it's going to be short, simple, and sweet, probably like 20, 30 minutes, because I do have so much to do. But before I go, is there anything that you want to talk about or you want to speak on before I go with submission, and then feeling kind of, not confident, and, your faith kind of weary in and out? And for the ones that will come back and take a look at it, y'all can always DM me with more information on submission and whatever it is that you want to talk about. I know, I'm sorry, this is not as long as it normally be, but y'all, when I say this week was a week, it was a week. It was a week, a tiring week. And I have to get so much done now because next week I won't be available. So I'm just trying to push everything together. Okay, nothing more. All right, so I'm gonna let y'all go. Hopefully that touched something. Hopefully, I know it was short. I normally talk a lot. I normally go into either cahoots or something, but I just really wanted to get the submission part out. Because it's just been a lot that I've been seeing, and I'm like, ooh, what? This is supposed to be naturally, not forced. And I was like, maybe I need to talk about this because I've been seeing it so much. and then I had a scripture to back it up, and that was First Peter chapter 3. If anybody want to read it on their own and gather so a little bit more, because I just talked to summarize it just a little bit, but that was First Peter chapter 3 verse 1 through 7, to where Peter is talking to the men and he's talking to the wives. So he's giving us both, views on submission, which is what I loved about that chapter. Okay. And then as far as with confidence, why you keep going through it, because you keep feeling it. So it's you'll get there when you get tired. You get there when you're like, okay, Lord, I'm tired. I don't want to suffer no more. You'll get there. But I'm gonna let you guys go. You guys have a great, beautiful, blessed weekend. Be safe. And I will either see you guys Thursday or I will see you guys next Friday. Okay. But I will also let you know, I'll put it on social media somewhere, one of them little sites. All right. But you have a blessed weekend. Paula, I'm gonna text you later because I should be coming down to Columbia. I think either and sometime in November. I should be. I think, yeah, because I should be going on there sometime. But I will let you go. Okay. So you have a good weekend. I love you. I love you. I'll see y'all later.